Jakarta is currently the center of government of the Republic of Indonesia. As the center of government, Jakarta is included in a special administrative region called the Special Capital Region. The city is known as Betawi. This is the region with the most dense population in Indonesia. Previously, Jakarta was called Sunda Kelapa. This city was the place where the Dutch first arrived in the archipelago. Thus, Jakarta has many historical stories related to the struggle against colonialism. One of the historical stories that moved from Jakarta is Si Pitung. Si Pitung was one of the heroes who dared to fight the Dutch invaders. What's the story? Let's look at the following story. In a quiet village called Rawa Belong, there lived a young man named Pitung. He is known as a figure who diligently worships and has noble character. Si Pitung was born in the village of Swamp Belong. Pitung's father is named Abapayan and his mother is named Nyapina. When Pitung was born, Jakarta was still called Batavia and had been colonized by the Dutch for hundreds of years. Pitung grew up to be a child who every day witnessed the cruelty of the Dutch colonialists against the Batavian people. When he grows up as a teenager, his father hopes that Pitung will be a well-mannered child. Finally, his father sent Pitung to the Islamic boarding school to study. While at the Islamic boarding school, every day Pitung learns to recite the Quran. Abba Napin patiently taught Pitung to learn the Quran slowly. Pitung is a smart child, so he quickly mastered the lessons given by Father Napin. Apart from reciting the Quran, Pitung also learned Silat. Apart from being good at reciting the Quran, Pitung is also skilled at Pencak Silat. So Abba Napin really loved him. After several years as a student, Abba Napin, the Pitung returned to his hometown.
Abba Napin, Mater Nuan Sangat, Dumating Panjaningan Inkang Sampun.
Kersan dhidhik kulo engineer pondhok menika.
Sai Niki Kulo Nuan Pangapuntan Wa Nuan
Pitung has become I's obligation to share knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. So now you go back to your hometown and practice the knowledge you have gained here for the benefit of the community around you. And be a dutiful child to your parents. Greetings I to your
Lan
parents.
amalken kauru
When
ingkang
he arrived
sampun
at
panjenengan
Sipitun's house, he
tampi.
was greeted with very
Mriki kangge
delicious food.
kapentingan masyarakat
Understandably,
sekitar
while he was a
panjenengan.
santri, Pitung never ate delicious food. Life in Islamic boarding schools is always simple, and many people are concerned that the students have strong personalities. While at home, Pitung diligently helps his baby. Every day the Pitung grazes goats in areas with lots of grass. Meanwhile, his father, Pitung, sells fruit every day at the Tanah Abang market. One day, Pitung was told by his father to sell goats at the Tanah Abang market.
Dad's Pitung body is a bit unwell. You sold 2 goats to Abang Sono's Tanah market. But remember, don't sell the price too cheap, yeah.
Of course, sir.
After selling his 2 goats at the Tanah Abang market, the Pitung immediately went home and put his money in his pants. However, on his way home, Pitung was intercepted by 3 thugs.
Hey, what's your name?
I Pitung's name, bro.
Where is your house?
In the swamp, bro.
Yeah, I've gone home.
Without realizing it, Pitung's money from selling 2 goats had been taken by one of the gang of thugs. When he got home, Pitung's father was already waiting.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Hey, you're wondering how you can get a good price from selling the goats, right?
Okay, sir, here's the money.
The Pitung was suddenly confused that he didn't have any money.
Why are you so confused?
Wow, sir, I think I've been pickpocketed. Let's look for the pickpocket first.
The Pitung found the pickpockets still in their original place.
Hey, you better give me my duet back. Don't pretend you don't know. You guys are the ones who stole my money.
The thugs still didn't want to admit it, and in the end it didn't take long for Pitung to attack them. In just a few moves the 2 gangs were down and unable to fight anymore.
Be careful, don't mess with the swamp kids.
The Pitung immediately went home carrying the money he had earned from selling the goat. The next day, while he was herding his goats, Pitung was suddenly approached by 2 thugs who had stolen his pockets yesterday.
What did you want yesterday? What's your name?
I's name is Rice Bro.
Ijai bro.
So, bro, we want to invite you to collaborate. How to work together?
Yes, Brother Pitung. Join us and let's just pickpocket at the markets.
God, you guys are outrageous. You're still young and have strong bodies, but you're actually pickpocketing. The people you pickpocket are also poor people who suffer every day because they were colonized by the Dutch. You should help these poor people instead of stealing their money.
Rice and his friends fell silent.
Bro, our lives are already poor. It's hard to even eat every day. We pickpocket because of poverty. If we are not poor, we will not pickpocket. So how can we help the poor?
The Pitung told them to come closer and whisper something. Rice and Jai fell silent to each other.
Okay, bro. We agree as long as Pitung is in charge.
A few days after the meeting, Pitung was seen with two pickpockets who had become his men robbing the house of a Dutch official. Si Pitung and his friends took the Dutch official's belongings. Pitung and his friends apparently did not enjoy the proceeds of the robbery. They actually distributed the stolen property to the poor. For months, Pitung and his friends robbed Dutch officials and native people who were Dutch henchmen. As a result, Pitung and his friends became fugitives from the Dutch army. Every day hundreds of Dutch soldiers patrolled Batavia to kill Si Pitung and his friends began to be tracked down by the Dutch army. One day the Dutch army managed to find the Jaya's hiding place. Dutch soldiers immediately shot him. Jai died instantly. It was Rice's turn to be caught by the Dutch army, and Rice was killed by Dutch army gunfire. In the end they both died at the hands of Dutch soldiers. Si Pitung was finally found by Tuan Tuku's troops. Not waiting long, there was an explosion sound. However, it turned out that Pitung had invulnerable knowledge so that no one succeeded in killing Pitung.
Hey, you Dutch soldiers told your commander that I'm a Pitung, a swamp child. I'm not afraid of you. Tell the Dutch people, your friends, as long as they are still here I will continue to teach them lessons.
The news about the Pitung who had invulnerable knowledge made the Dutch soldiers' courage shrink. They did not dare to leave their base. Finally, Pitung's weakness and invulnerability was discovered by someone who was a Dutch henchman who leaked the secret. Dutch soldiers immediately prepared rifles filled with gold bullets. Si Pitung's campaign to defend his people from Dutch colonialism has ended. Si Pitung was killed by Dutch soldiers using gold bullets. The people of Jakarta still remember the story of the struggle of Si Pitung and his friends to this day. After he died, Pitung was buried in a swamp area belonging to West Jakarta. Si Pitung's grave is still there today. Meanwhile, a house was once the residence of the Pitung in the Marunda village area of Pulau Silinsing, North Jakarta. Used as a museum of happiness to remember the Pitung's struggle against Dutch colonialism.
Sadarkah aku